It's the season of giving, and as many of us prepare to join our families for the holidays, some are spending their holidays alone in the hospital. Health doesn't take a back seat to the holiday season, and if you unfortunately end up hospitalized this season, one of Trinity Health Mid-Atlantic's lead patient advocates, Absalom Mitchell, is here today to share some of the things our colleagues do to uplift spirits during the holidays. Thank you so much for joining us today, Absalom.
Thank you for having me.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your role and the importance of patient experience?
So again, I'm the lead patient advocate for Mercy Fitzgerald Hospital, as well as our St. Francis campus. And my job basically is to advocate for our patients, to make sure that we have that we're making sure that the patient experience is great, that they're having a good time while they're at the hospital. I know that sounds kind of weird, but we do want people to have a good time. We do want people to feel like they're being loved and cared for while they're at the hospital. And there are times when we're not on the same page as far as maybe the medical team or some other person that's on the team. And my job is to basically help everyone get back on that same page. And so that's my job. And patient experience is so important because in a hospital, you do come in for medical care, right? But as you said earlier, your family isn't there 24/7. Your support system isn't there 24/7. So the hospital becomes your support system. They become your family, they become your friends and your advocates. And so that's where patient experience and the patient advocate comes in.
We're lucky to have you. Many people, like you said, unfortunately do end up in the hospital around the holidays. What have you done in the past to make sure spirits are kept uplifted during the holiday season?
Great question. So one in particular I can think of during the July 4th holiday, where everyone's out barbecuing and having a great time. We came up with a program or something special to do for our patients, especially our veterans, because we tend to have quite a few veterans that come to our hospitals, and we had blankets made up for them.
So meaningful.
Yes, so meaningful. And we, say thank you for your service on the blankets. But we also passed them out, came in during that time, spent time specifically not asking any patient experience related questions or trying to do any service recovery, but just letting the patients know we're there just to spend time with you and to just sit down, have meaningful conversations, and just so they can feel like they were a part of the celebration that people were having outside of the hospital.
I love that. Mm-hmm. That's great. What resources are available to patients who may not have family or visitors while they are hospitalized?
So one thing we incorporated in our Mercy Fitzgerald Hospital, and we're hoping that this is a pilot that's going to take off with our other campuses, but we have included patient ambassadors along with our patient advocates. And the job of the patient ambassador is to go around and to spend time ensuring that our patients have that contact with people, not just the medical contact, but to have that personal touch. And so one of the things that we're doing is just making sure that our patients feel that community, that sense of community. And so we incorporated patient ambassadors. So they're basically representing the hospital, but they're being more so like I'm trying to find the best word to use.
Because you can't be everywhere.
I can't be everywhere. I can't be everywhere. And that's the thing, we're limited with the patient advocates. So we want to expand the role, expand that patient experience team.
It's very rewarding.
And it is
idea.
It's very rewarding. And we've gotten quite a bit of compliments and, great reviews about having people rounding and checking in on them and just having those just daily conversations. And what I found out is that when you do this and you go and you round on patients, because some of our patients are there not just for days, not just weeks, but sometimes months and longer. And so you develop a relationship, you build rapport with the patients.
Absolutely.
And those patients seeing the familiar face over and over again, it gives them that sense of family, that sense of community. And so it just it lifts their spirits. It really does. And we all know that when you have a patient that feels good, internally, it helps with their physical healing as well. Absolutely. And so we want to lift their spirits. And Trinity, we say it a lot, we're here to minister to the whole man.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Is there anything our audience can do to help uplift some of our patients this season?
Well, actually, yes. So there's ways for you to donate. Our St. Mary's campus, as well as our St. Francis campus, you can actually donate gently used medical supplies. That would be like our canes, walkers, wheelchairs, things of that nature. And we will sterilize them, refurbish them, and then distribute them to our community members. You can also donate formula and diapers for babies, and we will also do that, redistribute them for our community members. So those are
a great benefit.
Yeah, it's That's a great, amazing benefit for our community.
And much needed, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know some patients, either they don't have family or, they don't have anyone that comes to visit them. Yeah. Can you tell us about your e-card? I believe a lot of our hospitals have an e-card program.
We do have an e-card program, and that program, anybody can log on to our Trinity website, and there's a special spot for e-cards. You will see where you can write a card. And just basically the e-card is just sending a message saying, thinking about you while you're in the hospital. Hope you get well. Best wishes. We have a few different even looks to the cards that you can choose, different options. And if you don't have a particular patient to send it to, if you don't know anyone in the hospital, you can just put anyone.
To uplift someone's spirit who has no one that visits or sends them anything. That's wonderful.
And what we do is we print them out, and it's in color. We laminate it, and we give it we hand deliver it to our patients. And we get to have a conversation. I've seen tears come to people's eyes just because someone thought about them.
That means so much. That's great.
It was really helpful, especially during the time of the pandemic when people really couldn't come, physically, or, COVID was on the rise. And just to have those messages from people encouraged them. It was very, very uplifting for our patients.
Yeah, I can see you really love your job, and we're so lucky to have you and the patient ambassadors who also visit our patients. And they're the people in between that make everything smooth and make sure the patient experience is wonderful while they're in the hospital.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Absalom. And thank you for everything you do as a patient advocate. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Absalom. We at Beyond the Stethoscope and Trinity Health Mid-Atlantic wish you all a healthy and happy holiday season. Stay tuned in the new year for more episodes of Beyond the Stethoscope. Happy holidays.